com. And we've got another great event for you to put on your calendar as something to do coming up. You may have heard of it or know of it as Spring Fest there in Batesville, but they are rebranding and changing up the game, and now it's Up in Smoke Festival. And joining us to tell us a little bit more is Miss Mamie Avery with the Main Street Association. Hey, Mamie.
Hey, Rebecca. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, girl. Although for you guys, I'm sure it's not an easy laid-back Friday when you're gearing up for such a large event. You guys keeping it calm, cool, and collected?
We're getting there. We're getting there. We like to say happy festival when we greet each other over here on this day.
And she's like, it took a minute. You're like, do I lie to her or do I tell her the truth?
No. Well, we've had a little bit of a rain delay, but it looks like the weather's clearing off and the stage is getting ready. We've got cookers set up on the square. Our food vendors are arriving, and it's going to be a great weekend here in Batesville.
It's going to be a great weekend. It's going to be a great event. I'm doing the no rain dance for you right now, Mamie, so you'll have time to get it in. I'm also looking at this really cool new logo up at SuperTalk.tv.com. Up in Smoke is sort of a rebranding from what folks may know as the Spring Fest. So what's the shift there? What's the same? What's different?
Well, last year we had a huge Spring Fest. We welcomed Jamison Rogers back home, had the largest crowd I think that we've ever had, and it was a great weekend. We've always had the carnival, but I think we had kind of outgrown the square, and so we decided that we would take the festival in a new direction. We want to take on a little bit more of a culinary flair and just celebrate the music and the food of our area. And so Up in Smoke, we've got the grills going and the smoke flying from the grills, and it's going to be a good time.
It's going to be a great time, and I feel like hope you've got T-shirts or something that this really cool logo is on, because I'm thinking, man, whoever branded this for you did a really good job. So let's talk about what's going on tonight, Mamie, and then I know y'all have got a big day planned there tomorrow as well, so for folks to make their trip up to Batesville.
Yeah, well, this afternoon our cook-off's going to get started. We've got a sanctioned steak contest, so we've got people rolling in here to get their points for that system, and we've got our local Casey Light, who is an exceptional musician, kicking off the music, and then we're going to welcome Peyton Aldridge, who was on The Voice. So very excited to have them here.
Oh, Peyton is a friend of good things, so we followed him as he made his way through The Voice, doing really great things up in Cleveland and there for the Delta, and so he'll have a lot of hometown friends and family, I'm sure, coming out, but now's your chance, too, if you want to get a chance to see him. Let's talk about that steak contest. What kind of steaks are they cooking, and do you know, any of the other details of that?
Yeah, well, the Steak Off Association is here for the weekend, and so we have a single steak competition today, and anything Sharon Sauce, who's also local. Zane and Kathy Alford are the Sharon Sauce people, Sharon Foods, so we wanted to celebrate them also. And then tomorrow we'll have a double steak competition, a Bloody Mary competition, and a dessert competition.
Yes. You got all the major food groups: steaks, Bloody Marys, and desserts.
They kind of run their own show over there. We're assisting with it, but it's really cool to watch how this is building, actually. And everyone, all the cookers that are coming in, all the trailers, everybody's so nice and friendly, and it's kind of a tailgate atmosphere on the top side of the square.
Which I think adds a delicious smell as well to walking through. I mean, you can't get candles that smell just like fresh cooked steaks, so that's always an added bonus, Mamie. Okay, tomorrow too. If we can't make tonight, maybe we're just now thinking about our plans for this weekend. What y'all got going on tomorrow?
We got a great day planned for tomorrow. We're going to kick off the morning with a color run for kids, which that was a pre-register event, but so excited to do that. And then we will have our cornhole tournament kicking off at 11. We've got Panola Playhouse coming from Sardis to put on a little performance at noon. And then the music will start at 1 o'clock. Great music. fantastic artists coming into town. We've got a newcomer from Nashville. Her name's Belle France. Then the Wilkins Sisters, the Reverend Robert Mortimer, Southern Groove Redemption, City Mix, and then we're going to finish off the night with Mustache.
All right. You do have a good lineup. If anybody wants to go and plan their trip to Batesville for the Up in Smoke Festival, Mamie, where do they go?
Go to the Batesville Main Street website or check us out on Facebook, Batesville Main Street, or the Panola Partnership Facebook page, and we'll constantly keep all those updated.
All righty. Wishing you all the best weather and the best luck. Do you get to taste any of the steaks, Mamie, or who gets to judge those? I feel like, can I do that next year? That'd be right up my alley. I'll know nothing about a good one other than what tastes good.
We will have to get you certified as a judge, Rebecca. We will get you certified, and you come on over.
I feel like I've missed my calling in life. I could totally, I could do that one. I think I could definitely do that one. But no, all jokes aside, wishing y'all the best weather and the best luck with your great event. I appreciate your time.
Thanks so much, Rebecca. Have a great weekend.
You too. And this couldn't be possible without economic developers, our partners. And we've got Joe Azar, who's also joining the conversation. He's Panola's economic developer and director of the Panola County Chamber. And Joe, when you hear about these type of events that are happening, the Up in Smoke Festival, how excited does it get for you and all of your team that just see this as a huge potential?
Well, I love the action. It's very exciting to see everybody go into high gear and to see the ability that people have when they come together to put on an event like this. It's just really, it's fun, it really is. It's a good thing, Rebecca.
It is definitely a good thing, and there's definitely a lot of fun to be had. And this is just one, I guess, piece of probably the larger pie that you look at in terms of economic development for a county like Panola County or for the communities in there. So when you guys are all thinking about it in terms of partnership, how do you explain the Panola partnership to someone who may not know what you guys are up to?
I appreciate you asking that. Every time during senior awards days and we go hand out scholarships, I explain every year what the Panola Partnership does because it's just a name. And even on our website, if you go to our website, panolacounty.com, and you click on it, we made sure that we put right in the middle Office of Economic Development. And otherwise, you're going to see some giraffes walk across the screen because we're also the Office of Tourism and we're also the Chamber of Commerce for Panola County. So we're honored to have all that housed in one building, including Main Street. So it's kind of a one-stop shop. But, and when we look at economic development, if you Google the word economic development, it's going to give you, the standard definition. But what we do in Panola County is we flip the word economic development to develop economy. And if it's anything that develops our economy, we're going to take it on. So that's our vision, our motto, and how we chase things down.
And one way to do that is get out and support the festivals that are within driving distance or in our own backyard. We talk a lot about those here, and for good reason. They are a good thing. So how important is it, Joe, for people to invest in the festivals, to go to, buy their dinner from a food truck or go listen to, the band or to buy something for Mother's Day in one of the downtown or the Main Street shops? How important is that to giving back to the development?
Well, I hate to quantify it into numbers, but the economic impact of a festival. Like last year, for instance, before we rebranded, we had close to 35,000 people in a town of 7,000. So you can imagine what that did economically. I think the economic impact was around $11 million to all our retailers. So it was really exciting to have that, and every year, and we look forward to offering that impact to our retail community, our hotels, And it makes a big difference. It really does.
And Joe, can you hang with us? We'll talk a little bit more about Panola Partnership and what's going on good in the Delta. Comedy.com, but you'll have to head out to Batesville if you want to catch in on all the action going on with the Up in Smoke Festival. It's happening today and tomorrow, but part of that is possible because there's lots of partnerships and coordination that comes together and thinks ahead of bringing things to the community that can generate economic development, which is definitely a good thing. We're continuing our conversation with Joe Azar. He's with Panola's economic developer, and he's the director of the Panola County Chamber. So lots of things moving, Joe. But you were talking about how last year you have Batesville has 11,000 people, 35,000 came with the festival. That's only going to grow. What an impact that makes! And it's the hotels, it's the small businesses. All of those thrive when festivals thrive. Correct?
Absolutely. It makes a big difference, and that shares the excitement with the community too. I mean, our county the population in our county is close to 40,000, and but we really generate some great tourism from these events, and we get folks from all over, even out of state, quite a few from out of state. And truly, if you define tourism, you want those out of state dollars to come into Mississippi. And that's what really makes the difference and really turns the needle. We used to have a Christmas train here, and I would guess about 20% of the people that came to ride the Christmas train every year were from New Orleans, and I would say 75% from out of state. We were always checking the license plates, and we got a kick out of that, and it was really great. Good folks bring their whole families and ride a Christmas train every year.
I remember that was part of our family tradition as well, Joe. So I feel like when you can find those, cornerstone events that set your city or your county sort of apart, then they do become part of family tradition, and that's the ones you want. It's the one that keeps coming back and then bringing friends or telling others sort of about it. But I know the part with developing your economy, that's how you said you kind of flip the words around and you focus on whatever that is. So festivals are a piece of that, but it's not the only thing. Tourism isn't your only option. What else are y'all doing there at Panola Partnership to sort of help develop the economy in your county?
Well, thanks for asking. We have 43 industries in Panola County, and they're all very diverse in what they do, what they manufacture. And we want to keep them solid and strong, make sure they're innovating themselves, making sure they're remaining relevant. It's very important. So we stay on top of that. We meet 3 times a year, not only with we try to think regionally. So we meet 3 times a year, not only with our 43 industries, but all of our contiguous counties industries. They come in, we get together, we have a round table, and we discuss, what issues are out there, what can we take on, or what good news, do you have to share with each other. So we do that, but we do that. We're there with educators from our high schools. Our superintendents are in the room. Northwest Community College is in the room. We have Ole Miss Center for Manufacturing Excellence in the room. It's just we have all the right people there, elected officials, everyone there to answer whatever question that they may have. How do we fix this issue? We even have ministers in the room because we feel like that's a good way of reaching people with your soft skill issues. People showing up late for work, or not showing up at all, no call, no show, they call it. And those are the kind of things that, your minister can really reach the community with and let them know, hey, you're hurting your coworker. You're not just hurting yourself, you're hurting your coworker, you're hurting your company, and you're hurting your community. And by not, just doing the easy things, getting up and showing up to work, So we're tackling all those kind of those kind of issues, and we're really moving the needle. We're real excited about that. We're an ACT work ready community. We've been twice maintained, And we just really put a lot behind workforce development here in Panola County.
Which I think that's an area that a lot of people are recognizing that there's an opportunity there. Only an opportunity for jobs, but an opportunity to get folks good jobs, right? And I know I think it's our community colleges that are doing a great job too of bridging the gap, hiring or training folks that are then can turn around and get hired in those higher sort of paying jobs. Would you say right now, Joe, are there still jobs to be filled in Panola County for people who may have trade work?
Absolutely. There's a lot of jobs. We're about to announce another 100. We picked up 6 industries over COVID. It's been really wonderful. I mean, going back to that collaborative group, you mentioned, you sparked something in my mind, but that collaborative group came out with a curriculum that they wanted our educators to teach. And they did. They named it the Spark Program, and it won awards in 17 states. And we've been sharing it with other communities. It's really exciting. And not only that, all this is on our website under workforce. But we actually have a senior career day called Made in Panola. And we have a room full of industry, a convention center full of industry, and we bring every high school senior in to meet industry, whether they're going to go to college or not. At least they know what they can come home to. And we feel like that's really important in keeping your talent at home. They go to college and they go, hey, when I get done, if I don't come up with anything better, hopefully they'll come back home, and we invest in human capital development that way.
Well, and I think that's a good way to do it. Sometimes you have to fly the coop for a little while, but you always return home and you hope that there's a job and opportunities there. And, oftentimes we can get bad raps, obviously, here in Mississippi for many different things, even the Delta. But it sounds like from you, Joe, that there is opportunity. Like the Delta could be a good place to put down roots, to start a homestead, to sort of invest back in a community that's growing and thriving, to not overlook or dispute or dismiss, should I say, the Delta as a place to call home.
Exactly. We also have an entrepreneurial program. It's a 7-step entrepreneurial program, and it's really awesome. So we're hoping to pick up some talent, that technology transfer that leaves Ole Miss and goes to other states. We need to keep that here at home. So say they come with their idea to Batesville, and they get into our concourse. We have a concourse center here, which is 160,000 square foot of training that Northwest Community College is operating. We're not finished with construction, but we're about a third of the way there, and we're real proud of that. But part of our concept is for an individual to come in with their idea, sit with your peers, develop that idea. Then you can go right next door into a maker space, develop a prototype, go back into a me space, which is a little private office where you can develop your business plan, and then you could practice your pitch in some small conference rooms, and then we're going to have a big interactive conference room for you to deliver your pitch to angel investors or just any kind of venture capitalists that might be attracted to this area, and hopefully take that idea and that production into an incubator, and then out of the incubator into an accelerator building. So the incubator building is about a 1,500 to 3,000 square foot facility where you can manufacture a product. And then the accelerator is going to be a 10,000 square foot building where you can build a workforce. Well, from there, you're not going to leave Mississippi, we hope. and we feel like that's a real comprehensive entrepreneurial program that we're excited to be bringing to Panola County.
Oh, gosh, Joe, you're going to have to keep us updated on that. Nothing but good things I hear going on there. I'd love to know some of your first students who come in, sort of follow them through with their ideas and just watch it sort of blossom and grow, which I think, is just cool. It's just, it's meeting students where they're at. It's giving them the tools and resources they need to grow and thrive. And then hopefully, like you said, they'll put down roots there in Panola County or just at least here in Mississippi. If we're interested in anything you've talked about, Joe, or even if we're just tuning in and we want more information on the Up in Smoke Festival, where do we go all things Panola County?
Well, you go to PanolaCounty.com, and you can click on the Main Street page there, and then click on Up and Smoke, and then you can see everything else we're doing. It's really easy to navigate. We're real proud of our website, and we continue to update it consistently.
So do you get to taste any of the steaks tonight, Joe? Are you a certified judge?
I'm not a judge, thank God, but I am going to have a steak tonight, no doubt about it.
I'm jealous, Joe, but I appreciate your time as well as Mamie's. Wishing you all the best weather for a great weekend. You're always welcome back when you got good stories to share, so thank you.
Thank you very much, Rebecca.
All righty, you guys stick with us. It's Friday, so we got Tanya with movies.